Rory Feek's first ever Homestead Festival was a smashing success. I was so happy that I could be there to be part of it, and now I'm going to take you on the journey with me. One of the most challenging aspects of traveling is dealing with the changes in the time zones. Being 3 hours ahead and having to get up extra early, a little bit of a challenge. 6:30 a.m. Eastern time, so like 3:30 my time. These guys are already going at it. We're just getting some quick breakfast. We got the car packed, and then we're gonna be leaving for Nashville soon. All right, we're packed and loaded. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yes!
Ready to roll Tennessee. Rebekah left the day before with Jonah and Henry to get the trailer up to the event space so they could start setting up the booth. I drove Justin, Josiah, Lily, and Gideon from Asheville to Nashville in a rental car. You'd think a long car ride with Gideon might get a little rowdy, but the children were actually all pretty quiet and well behaved. Hey, you see that, Josiah?
Oh, a tractor trailer exploded. Dude, that dude's not around anymore.
We just made it to the Nashville area, and we're stopped at an all-organic restaurant. Well, we're about to be in an all-organic restaurant for lunch.
He's nuts. He's thirsty, but he don't care. He needs them. He saw them all.
So his priorities are like
Yes,
Rebekah, water, food.
He would die.
Because of their dedication to healthy and clean eating, there are very few places that the Rhodes family will eat out at, but happily one of them is in Franklin, Tennessee, Urban Market. As they point out in their vlog from time to time, Justin and Rebekah are a bit extra, and they pack a lot of stuff with them when they're traveling, even their own well water. Which I'm really grateful for, because I got to enjoy that water too instead of the tap water. You're in the vlog, Grandma.
I got the toothbrush.
After settling into the Airbnb, it was time to go to the event speakers dinner at Rory Feek's place in Columbia, Tennessee. We just got to Rory Feek's property where the event's going to be tomorrow and this weekend. They're having their speakers, guest speakers dinner night, so get some footage hopefully. It was really neat having so many big voices in the homesteading as well as the sustainable ag movement all in one place. Joel, Teresa, and Sherry Salatin, Jess Sowards, Melissa Norris, Jared and Annette from Azure Farm, Anna of All Trades, Rory Feek, and of course, Justin and Rebekah. It was quite the downpour of rain while we were having the dinner, and afterward, we went outside to where the event space was going to be held to check on the merchant booth that Justin and Rebekah had. Dude, what happened to your tent?
I know, man. I'm gonna text my assistant right now. Find out. She might not know. I don't think she knows. I think this just happened. Let's look and see if.
One book's that still has water in it.
It looks like everything's still protected.
Sadly, that tent was beyond repair. The amount of rain that accumulated on the top of it just crushed it. Some of the merchandise that was under it got wet, but most of it was able to be salvaged. But it was pretty disappointing to find that, and it left a little bit of a somber mood for the evening. It's the morning of the big event. I was filming with Justin and Rebekah this morning already. They're finishing working on their talks that they're giving today. It's gonna be a big day. I got to meet Rory Feek last night at the speakers meeting. Man, what a great guy. But he said at one point, I hope to meet Kevin Costner. If Rory's not confident he's gonna meet Kevin Costner, there's probably no chance for Justin and I to meet him, so we'll see. The tank got wrecked last night, but they replaced it with a new one. It's a little bit better quality. Everything's going well at the festival today. Another one of the highlights of my trip though was getting to meet this guy. Jason from Sow the Land.
Yeah, man, nice meeting you.
Yeah,
Finally meeting you.
it's cool to get to actually meet you.
Face to face.
Yeah,
man. That's what it's all about.
So what are you and Lorraine most looking forward to here?
I guess just being here as a community. There's no plan really. Usually we're a vendor space, or usually we're speaking or something like that. And this time we're not doing any of that. We're just here hanging out. And so I think it's good to come to these events and just to kind of be here. You know, meet faces, face to face, shake a hand, give high fives, give hugs to people that maybe follow us or we follow them.
Is there a certain speaker that you're most excited about seeing?
For sure, it's Temple Grandin. We just heard her speak right now, and just after seeing it, I think everyone kind of saw her movie or a movie about her that came out, and just hearing what she does and what she's about, hearing her speak was pretty awesome.
After spending some time at the Abundance Plus booth, it was time to head over to the main stage where Justin was going to do his first talk.
I love animals. They taste great. And they also heal me. I'm serious. I tear up when I think about the love I have for my animals. We name them.
Rebekah's talk on homeschooling for the homestead was next. My purpose for being at the event was to direct and film a documentary for Justin's channel. It came out beautifully, by the way. I'll leave a link below in the description so you can check that out if you haven't seen it already. Since I was working the whole time, I didn't really get to listen to any of the speakers, which was kind of disappointing. I wanted to hear Temple Grandin, Joel Salatin, Melissa Norris. I did, however, get to meet a surprising amount of folks who like to watch the grass-fed homestead. It was really neat to be able to connect with some of these folks I otherwise wouldn't have been able to connect with, including some other YouTube channels I wouldn't have ran into otherwise, such as
my name is Sydney, my wife is Tori, and we're the Naked Gardeners.
Whoopsie Daisy Farm, Faith Family Homestead, and Our Freedom Song.
Holy Spirit activate. Woo, 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 woo. Got Holy Spirit activating.
My friend Esther from Esther's Eden YouTube channel was there, and I had the privilege of introducing her to Rebekah.
I've watched Rebekah for a long time on Justin's channel, and I just love how real she is, and I knew she would be that way in person. I was excited to be introduced to her just because crazy plant ladies connect. That's just what we do.
I met Anna of All Trades and even got to film with Melissa Norris. Now, I've been on a Zoom call with Melissa before, and we've corresponded before because we're planning a film shoot later this summer for Abundance Plus, but this is my first time actually meeting her in person. Melissa made an even longer trip than I did to be at the event in Nashville, so I asked her, why did you want to be at this event?
I don't ever get to go to concerts. I've been in my whole life, I think I've maybe been to 2 concerts. Where I live, because it's not obviously in Nashville or Columbia that's closest, we don't have a lot of live music opportunities. And so I personally was really excited because I'm getting fed with the inspiration of homesteading and the reminder of why I do, and even me getting new ideas and learning from the other presenters. But then I also get to go and relax and listen to live music, and honestly just being a part of a crowd, even if I don't get to talk to everybody, they're like-minded.
And then I asked Joel Salatin the same question.
You know, our mission statement is to develop agricultural prototypes that are emotionally, ecologically, and economically enhancing and facilitate their duplication throughout the world. And so this is part of facilitating their duplication throughout the world. We are very much in the encouragement, education, information business. We want to be a catalyst for the antidote to everything that's dysfunctional in society.
The festival was concluded by a concert with Rory Feek, followed by Kevin Costner. Disappointingly, I didn't get to meet Kevin Costner. I mean, it wasn't even close. There was just no way. When he got there, security got ramped up, and it just wasn't happening. But it was a huge honor to get to meet and talk with Rory Feek. He's probably one of the most Christ-like people I've ever met in my life. He was just amazing. And his music was fantastic. He was just an incredible storyteller. It was absolutely wonderful getting to spend that week with the Rhodes family and traveling from Asheville to Nashville, going to the Homestead Festival, and then getting to meet some great people and make new friends made the jet lag, the early mornings, lots of driving, and even the heat and humidity all worth it.
Overall thoughts, I think it went amazing, and I really enjoyed the homesteading and the music combining, and I think it worked really well.
Overall, my thoughts are refreshed, re-energized, have new perspective, new energy for continuing to put out these shows. I didn't end up getting to meet or even get anywhere close to Kevin Costner, but never knew he had a band. enjoyed the band. It had been 7 years since we had a concert. It was so fun. This grand entrance he had, the songs he sang, a lot of them had meaning, and it was just fun. The kids enjoyed seeing the kids go into his concert for the first time.
And now I'm going to leave you guys with something Justin recorded for the documentary, but it got cut. It was about me being with the Rhodes and what that was like for them, or me, during that time.
Probably the most unexpected thing is we had our editor, Dan Oman, with us. And so he was with our family 4 or 5, I don't know how many days. And he saw the good, the bad, and the ugly. We didn't hold back. We couldn't. It was too long of a period. He was too close. And he saw our ugly. He saw arguments. He saw fussing. He saw kids getting wild and tired and whatnot. He could have drew away. And he's a quiet guy, so we never know really what he's thinking. But at the end, he said, we were joking about how he's seen the real us, you know, he's seen the behind the scenes. And he said, you know, I appreciate and I thank you for that. It makes me feel a part of the family. I feel the same way. So we can celebrate. We had no idea going into this we were going to turn a friend into a family member.